Yeah, right now Missouri Western, they're sitting on the outside looking in of the MIAA tournament as that tip-off goes out of bounds, and we're going to see who they give it off to. Colin, it will be Gorilla basketball. But like you're saying, the Gorillas, they're still trying to fight for a top 2 seed. Right now they're in the 4th spot, so a couple wins to end the season would help them try to get in that top 2. If you're in the middle half, makes things a lot harder.
We get this MIAA matchup underway as Adams drives to her right quickly, puts one up, off the rim, no good. McCumber trying to get in there for the rebound, does end up being an offensive rebound, and now Jemiah Brown making her first start for the Gorillas in the last 4 games, hands it out to Swearingen, off the rim, no good, rebounded, going the other way is the Griffins. Griffins going quickly now. Mia Morrell trying to get some things going early on for her offense, and she will do so. 2 points for Morrell. Yeah,
great start there by the Griffins. They need to stay ahead of this Gorillas team, and not a team you want to build a deficit to.
Absolutely right, as the Gorillas now take control going the other way. Harper Schreiner's going to put one up from deep early on, and she's going to connect.
Big shot there by Harper Schreiner. Her shot has been coming along more and more as this year's went on.
Harper Schreiner, one of those very impressive all-around players for the Gorillas. Been here for a couple years now. She has some tenure with this team. It's the Griffins trailing by 1 early on in this game. Passes the ball out to Lewis. Now Lewis going up for a hard contested 2-pointer, and that's actually Harris getting that 2-pointer there.
Yeah, good mid-range shot. Great ball movement on that possession by Missouri Western.
Adams set to bring it across the timeline now. Back in the hands of Schreiner, and Schreiner's going to pull up for another one right away. Off the back of the rim, no good. Griffins going quickly with the rebound. Past half court now.
I like the confidence there by Schreiner to still take that shot.
And there's a 3-pointer there. That's Lindsay Kelderman getting things done for the Griffins on their offensive side of the ball.
Kelderman wasted no time there. Catch, turn, and fire. Gets the lead to 4 for Missouri Western.
Both teams starting hot shooting, and now a steal by the Griffins. She's going to take it all the way. And an easy 2-pointer there.
Quick 9-3 lead by Mo West. If this possession doesn't go well, you could see Coach Amanda David use an early timeout.
Absolutely could. Mia Morrell, number 10 for that Griffin squad. She's the leading scorer over there on that side of things, averaging 15 points a game, as there's a steal there by Sydney Lewis. Lewis gets it out to Kelderman. Just made the 3-pointer. Good passing there by the Griffins. Nice offensive play and get the bucket.
Yeah, I mean, that was great transition offense there by Missouri Western. There is going to be the timeout by Coach David. The Griffins quickly up by 8.
And the Griffins go up quickly, and we get that early timeout by the Gorillas, and we're going to take a quick one with them. Early on in this game, Griffins leading 11-3. Welcome back into John Lance Arena. An early timeout taken by Coach David and the Gorillas as they trail this game just a couple minutes in. They're down by 8.
Yeah, Colin, me and you were talking before this one got started, and I mentioned to you, someone's season is going to drastically change tonight. If the Griffins lose, that would put them at least 2 games out of the MIAA tournament, and with this gauntlet of a schedule still left, makes things really difficult to see them getting into Kansas City. For Pittsburgh State, if they were to drop today for the Gorillas, it would be very hard for them to see themselves even getting a top 3 seed. You make that path to the championship game a whole lot harder. They're trying to defend back-to-back conference title runs in the tournament.
Yeah, and the Gorillas want to keep that streak alive for sure. Coming off at a little bit of an away stint where they went on the road and lost to a heartbreaking buzzer beater to Emporia State, then won an overtime game to Newman. Hannah Miller checks into the game for the Gorillas. Back up top of the key, Swearingen has the ball now. Into the hands of Jemiah Brown. Swearingen now taking it around her right side. Gives it over to Hannah Miller. Miller trying to find an open woman. Swearingen for 3, and that's a good spot for Swearingen.
Good ball movement by the Gorillas. The Griffins switched to a 2-3 zone that time. Pittsburgh State immediately recognized it, swung the ball around, and found the open 3.
Good ball movement there by the Gorillas, like you said, and now going the other way. This is Diaz with the ball. Anna Diaz trying to make something happen for the Griffins. Diaz and Morrell, kind of the dynamic duo for this Griffin squad. Almost saw it firsthand right there. And we are going to get a foul on the floor.
Yeah, it's going to go against Casey McCumber. Not a foul she was too happy to pick up, and that's going to bring in Amanda Burns for her.
Burns coming into the game for the first time now. Sydney Lewis with some good offensive presence to get that foul called against her. Now the Griffins taking control again. Ball in the hands of Lewis. Now back out to Diaz. Diaz guarded tightly against Miller. Gets a screen to her left. Kind of loses the ball, but Lewis handles it and puts it in.
The Griffins have done a good job finding their open teammates, and they've created open shots for themselves.
Now Miller taking the ball up the other way. Heading to her right. Gets stuck at the elbow. Quiroga into the game for the Gorillas now. Out there with that mask on. Quiroga driving to her left. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line is good.
Yeah, Quiroga that time just doing it herself, getting the mid-range shot to fall, her first 2 points of the game.
Quiroga doesn't shoot too often, but whenever she does, it seems like it always finds the bottom of the bucket. And speaking of, Diaz able to get 2 of her own.
Yeah, Mo West has just been flying up and down the court, beating the Gorillas in transition so far.
Down by 7 early in this game. Again, Gorillas trying to fight for a bye in that MIAA tournament. Mo West fighting for their tournament life. Ooh, a nice dish down low to Burns, and she's going to get fouled as well, I believe.
And that gives the Gorillas a little bit more excitement on their bench. Let me get the juices going over there. You see that nice pass there by Quiroga and a tough finish by Burns, and that's going to send her to the free throw line.
Pitt State does thrive at the free throw line. Burns will shoot 1. And she will connect.
Yeah, she's a 71% free throw shooter on the season. She'll improve it with that make there.
Diaz taking the ball up for the Griffins. Gets it over to Morrell. Now in the hands of Harris. Diaz now going over to her left. Gets picked up by Brown. Ooh, a nice pass down low to Harris, and Harris able to finish.
Griffins continue to make those impressive passes, and they extend their lead again to 6.
Griffins have had some great ball movement and some great passes on their offensive side of the ball. Now Hannah Miller trying to get things going for the Gorillas. Gives it back out to Swearingen. She's in her spot, and she's good.
Yeah, Clara Swearingen that time getting the dish from Hannah Miller in her spot. Connects on the three-pointer.
She's not going to miss too many from that spot there. As Morrell now with the ball, a little bit of a wild pass. And the Gorilla is able to come up with that loose ball. Now going the other way quickly is Brown. Brown dishes it down to Burns. Burns able to finish a nice two-pointer.
Mana Burns off to a nice start. She's got 5 points, playing well on defense as well.
And that's how you do. You come in, substitute in for your other player, and you take control of the game just like that. Now we're going to go the way of Pittsburgh State.
The last couple years, this Gorillas team has really done a great job thriving off of creating turnovers and getting defense to offense points, making their opponents make the mistakes. They struggled early in the year with that, but you had a lot of new players finding their groove. They've started to get that as this year's gone on.
And now we see Cambry Phillips, number 4, coming in to check in for Jemiah Brown. Cambry Phillips shared a lot of this time with Brown over the last couple of games. Swearingen with the ball, left side of the court. Now gives it back to Phillips, top of the key. Over to Quiroga now. Quiroga is going to get a screen from Burns, going to her left. Finds Swearingen open in the corner. Swearingen for 3!
Clara Swearingen is hot tonight. She's connecting yet again, and she gives the Gorillas the lead.
Now the Griffins looking for some of their own momentum as Harris is going to put one up herself, and it's good.
That lead was not long lasting. Missouri Western grabs it right back.
We're only 6 minutes in this game. We have a combined 39 points on the board. We have a high-scoring affair here so far. As Hannah Miller takes it across half court for the Gorillas. Nice pass down low to Quiroga and a little bit of a wild one straight to Morrell. Now Morrell going quickly the other way. Hands it off to Diaz. Diaz thought about it. Pump fake. Going to her left. Step back. Now Diaz driving to her left, puts up a wild layup, not able to connect. And Sydney Lewis throws it, tries to throw it off of Burns, doesn't do so successfully.
Yeah, she got it off of her. Let's take a look at it here, but then I think it actually ends up hitting her in the process. So when she went to throw it back at Burns, it hit Burns, ricocheted off of her, and then out of bounds.
So it will be Pittsburgh State ball, just under 4 minutes left to go in this first quarter.
You talk about them bringing Cambry Phillips in. That's another shooter the Griffins are going to have to worry about. Not a woman you want to leave open.
Not at all as Hannah Miller gets it over to Quiroga. Trying to find Burns down low, won't able to do so. Somehow Swearingen ends up with the ball. Miller driving to her right in between 2 women and able to get it to go.
Yeah, Hannah Miller there just splitting the defenders and going up and laying it off the glass.
Now